Okay, so we're talking about The Boys, episode 7. You know, one episode left, and so it kind of feels weird that this episode is what it is. A lot happens, and so I'm definitely anticipating the season finale, but I just do feel like it's another cliffhanger ending, and I hate when shows do that. I hate when a show relies on cliffhanger endings because it's like, can you try to have a self-contained season where it can continue the next season, but it doesn't leave off on a, hey, wait till the next 7 months to see what else happens. It's like, that's kind of frustrating. Like, I'm gonna have to wait a long time before I can see what happens. It's kind of stupid. But this episode, I'll name off some things that happen. Butcher, you meet his dad, and there's some things that go on there, but it kind of feels unnecessary. Unless more happens, I was like, yeah, that's deep, but was really unnecessary. Nothing really happens. But his dad is played by I cannot remember his real name, but he's Denethor from Return of the King. And it's just funny because Carl Urban was also in Lord of the Rings. I don't know, those characters I guess never really met, but still cool that they were both in Lord of the Rings. But that whole situation was, it was nice to see more personal things about him, but it wasn't really anything too crazy. But Lamplighter, little bit more about him. A lot happens with his character where you're like, okay, shit. But can't spoil that. Black Noir, you kind of start seeing more of his strength. Unstoppable tank. You get to see almost his face. Unfortunately, you don't get to. Just his mouth. But you figure out his weakness, which, now that I think about it, it recalls to another scene where I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. More with Queen Maeve trying to get things ready to go against Homelander, especially with the footage of the plane crash, and so to try to throw him under. Oh, man. It's only 7:42 p.m. and I'm yawning, so sorry about that. But, yeah. And then with Homelander, him and Storefront are basically trying to manipulate his son to be away from the mom, and so that they can raise, this new Fourth Reich, whatever, soups. So there's that situation going on. And then Starlight and her mom. Starlight and her mom. That whole situation. Starlight kinda, I guess, it's one of those things again, just like last season, where it's like, whose side are you? I mean, obviously she's with the good guys, but it's like, is she finally gonna full on show it? And then with Huey, everything seems to be going well with them. Kimiko and Frenchie, becoming BFFs again. They seem to be really good. They're having a court case against Vought, and so that's the big thing where they're like, oh, we're gonna finally get you guys. And so there's a lot happening, but it's a lot of interesting things where I'm like, how are you going to close this out in the next episode? I mean, and like I said, Soldier Boy is going to be in season 3, so I'm like, are we going to get flashbacks to World War II between maybe him and Storefront? Maybe it'll show her as like a Nazi. Who knows? Oh my God. I should just call this the yawning. But yeah, good episode. Good, gore effects. Good humor. This show does not stop. I mean, this has to be Amazon. Like, they're going to milk this to the fucking death. I feel like, I'm hoping they don't pull Walking Dead and like 13th season of the Boys, and you're just like, ooh, please don't. But so far so good, season 2. So I'd like to see what season 3 is about, and next Friday is the last season. So that Friday night or Saturday, I'll make a video. And so, yeah, that's going to be it for this. No spoilers, of course, just a brief summary. Watch it, of course. Great show. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this. Thanks for watching, and I'm out.